Hi guys, welcome back to another relationship rehab.
This is our first relationship rehab. We had to rename it.
This is our first one.
Yeah, we had to rename it because we
told y'all the name. That's what it was. Did we tell them the name?
No, we had to rename it. So we renamed it. We're excited about it. It's relationship rehab. It's 2020. We got this first season is relationship matters. So we're finna get into it today. You got anything you want to say?
No. I'm just ready to get started. I'm excited. Yeah, it's been a while, so let's get back to it. Yes. Our topic today is listening to a voice outside of your marriage. So we're kind of breaking this up into seasons. So this is season 1, episode 1. Listening to a voice outside your marriage. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel overall that, you know, when you in a relationship that it's you two. It ain't nobody else. So it's you two guys enjoying each other, not listening to what other people's opinion, because some people try to make their relationship your relationship, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, you know, once you consult your friends or whoever you're consulted, people only give you advice and knowledge based off of their experiences.
Yes.
So they're not really giving it to you based off of research and, you know, what they've seen, which, I mean, that plays into experiences, but just, they get more personal, let's say that. Like things that have happened to them. Oh, I wouldn't do this because when I did this happened, or, you know what I'm saying? So those type of things play a big role because people, as humans, we act off of feelings.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like emotion, we ready.
Yeah, and I just think overall that, I mean, other people's opinion, you shouldn't too much respect their opinion, because at the end of the day, this is your relationship. And
I feel like sometimes people don't know anything about your relationship. They only know what you tell them. So they only know like what you've told them. They don't know the other person's side. They're not inside of your home, so they really don't know what's going on. They're only going off of the information, bits and pieces that you've told them. Because keep in mind, we only tell people what we want them to know.
Yeah, and then if you tell your friends, they automatically jump on your side though.
Of course,
that's the crazy part. Yeah, they automatically jump on your side. Yes. So it's like they're gonna give you advice that's gonna try to benefit you and not so much your relationship.
Yes. So I think anytime that you're thinking about consulting other people for advice, sometimes just take a step back and like, let me talk to my partner. Like, communication is key. Like,
but why people don't go talk to their partner? They always talk to somebody else.
And that's what I'm getting to, because it's easy to misunderstand somebody when you don't want to hear them.
That's
when
true.
You're mad at your partner, it's easy to take something they say and just be like, whatever, I don't want it. Because you're already in your mind, you don't want to hear what they're talking about because you're mad at them.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So you taking the message how you want to take it. You're not really listening.
I agree.
Because you're already upset. So
I mean, I just think overall that, like, as we go into this 2020 season and go into all these episodes and all these seasons that we want to give you guys with relationship rehab, is built on a couple core values. So, you know, I just think that you guys have to have a mindset of I want to rehab my relationship on a daily basis. And I think a lot of people, it's like they don't have that mindset of what they want to do, like, you know what I'm saying?
But I think that alludes back to kind of what I was saying about listening, though.
Yeah.
Because if I feel like every time I come to you as a partner and you're my husband and you shut me down, or you overtalk me, or you don't give me time to get my thoughts out, then I'm really not gonna want to talk to you.
Yeah.
You're gonna be asking me stuff, and I'm probably gonna give you a one-word answer because I'm shutting down because I'm so used to you, you know, overtalking me, cutting me off. Not saying, you know what I'm saying, not allowing that person to speak their feelings, and so they don't feel comfortable. People want to be in an environment where they feel comfortable saying what they need to say, and the person being receptive, not acting off of emotions.
I agree, and like I said, and I kind of want to, before we continue, because this is the first episode of Relationship Rehab, there's some things that we want to really talk. It should be 3 things in your relationship that allows your relationship to get rehab a little bit. So the first one is
rejuvenation.
Yes. Explain that.
So basically, when you hear people talk about being in a relationship and after 8 to 15 years it's boring now and it's just not the same, those type of things play a part in rejuvenation. You want to keep that juice, you want to keep that spice, you want to keep that love alive in your relationship. So if that takes going to a couples retreat, doing something just for you guys that focus solely on your relationship
and not your kids and not nobody,
and not other people.
Yeah.
So I think that's rejuvenation, keeping that spice, keeping it going, and always having something that's just for the two of you, like you said, not for everybody else.
Yeah. And the second one is restore. It's very important that you guys is to restore your relationship on a daily and a weekly and a yearly basis. You have to restore your qualities in your relationships. Restore, and remember why you got married. You know what I'm saying? Remember why you even got a relationship. Because this relationship we have is not necessarily about, marriage, but we want to talk about just before you get married, just your relationship. How can you restore it? And when you're in a relationship, you have to keep this thing, the fire going. That's restoring it on a daily basis.
And the last one is relate.
Yeah.
Make the person feel important, because one thing about relationships, if people don't feel important, that's when they start to, they shut down, they're not talking, you're just kind of going through the motions, and you begin to consult other people.
Yeah.
And so this is where infidelity comes into play. People say it's hard being monogamous. Of course, if I'm not talking to somebody every day and we're not communicating, and communication comes in all forms. 30% of communication is verbal, but the rest of it is physical, the way you're acting. Those things play a role, because body language says a lot. Sometimes you don't even have to say anything, and the person already knows what it is. So just be careful, with stuff like that. Be able to relate to the other person, because everybody has feelings. Women, sometimes we feel like we're the only ones with feelings and the guys don't care because they may not react the way we want them to react, but they have feelings and emotions too. It's just being able to relate and kind of try to learn to understand that other person. Yeah,
and so I just wanted to kind of touch bases on relationship rehab, because we haven't touched those 3 bases. So rejuvenate, restore, and relate, and because we want to rehab your relationship. So let's continue on what we were saying.
So again, we were talking about, just listening to people outside of your marriage. Now, one group of people that I think would be good and beneficial to listen to, and we talk about this a lot too, is I'm not going to listen to somebody who's only been married a year or 2 years about an issue that I'm having in my marriage. That's me. To each his own. I'd rather listen to somebody who's been married 20, 30, 40 years, because guess what? They've been through some things.
They've been battle tested.
They've been tested. They've been through more than half of the stuff that we're just starting to face. And so I'm not saying it's not okay to consult. That's not what we're saying. It's not okay to consult anybody, but those would be your go-to people, because they've been through some things. They could give you some mature advice. But guess what? At the end of it all, now they're still together. So that's what matters. And that's what you want to do. You want to build a solid relationship so you can stay together.
Yes.
And a lot of times we judge people. Like, we automatically judge the opinions of our partners.
Yeah. They
say one thing and we go, we going left. Like, we feel some type of way. They're not the same person, not married. Everybody's entitled to change.
Well, I think you have to evolve over the years, because people, as you get older, people get stubborn. People get a little bit set in their ways. You just gotta evolve, man. And I just think so many people, they're so serious about everything. Like I want this podcast, I want to talk about it, but I don't want to sound like a damn robot. I don't want to be like, follow these steps. I mean, that's boring. Like, you have to be realistic things.
That's our biggest thing, is just be real. We have friends and we have people that we talk to on a regular, and they feel like, they just don't have anybody to talk to, or nobody understands the issue, or, I can't say this because they may not know, about this issue.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're not the only person going through issues.
No.
You know what I'm saying? People have issues, but it's just the way you tackle them and work on
how you approach them.
Because if I'm just going home and I'm not talking about it, and I'm just going to work telling my friend and I'm coming back, you know, and it's the same thing, then my friend don't live with me. My husband does. You know what I'm saying? So we have to learn how to communicate. You know, it's okay all day to call your friend, meet up with your friend. But at the end of the day, if you live with that person, you have to go home and be with that person. So that should be the person you're consulting.
Yes. So what else you got?
That's all I got. I just rambled for like 5 minutes.
Oh. No, but I mean, like I said, one thing I want to talk about with these podcasts though, and I don't want our podcast to be these boring, you know, we sound like robot type people. I want to be authentic. I don't want to try to, you know, give you some, oh, let me give you these points. Let me tell you my perspective. You know what I'm saying? No, I wanted to tell you, look, this is what's going on. This is what I heard from other couples. I'm going to never tell you their names, but I can see what other people are hurting at. And so this is how we would attack it. Is our answer necessarily right? No. But this is how I would personally attack it. And also, as you watching these vlogs and as you listening to these podcasts and stuff like that, we want to come to you at a higher level of just, I don't want to sound too churchy. I don't want to sound too, you know, because people get that church vibe all the time. And I want to be more, like I said, authentic. More like, man, this person is real. They're speaking to me the truth. Because, you know, everybody going to try to revert back to the Bible. So many people just, oh, I'm going to go straight to the Bible. That's what the Bible says. But at the end of the day, realistically, people, when they're hot and heated, they're not thinking about the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They're just expressing their emotions. So you can't, a Bible is one form of how you can get to where you're trying to go. But also, people want to solve problems right now, today. And you have to be able to, and it's okay to do that, but layman terms are the best terms. Not everybody grew up in church. Not everybody understands. They just want to know, okay, is anybody else going through this? Can I get some advice? How do you feel about it? So be careful who you listen to. That's all we're saying. Be careful who you listen to in your marriage or in your relationship, because it can play a big role. And sometimes it may even be somebody you think is like really close to you, and they may be a little jealous of what you got. Yeah, so they want to hear your problems because I want to tell you, oh, you need to leave this person, or oh, you need to get out of that situation. But it may not even be that deep for you. It may just be some things you need to work on. Yeah. So what I learned though too, like you said, if you're listening to that outside voice, and they're jealous of you, they might give you advice to stop your marriage or your relationship. Right. And that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to just try to consult with someone who actually said, wow, they have a house, they have beautiful kids, they, you know what I'm saying, they travel a lot, and they don't have that, and then they're giving you advice to try to kill your momentum. And then 5 years, 6 years later, you're regretting your decision. You know, because I run into people like that too. They regret it because they had it. They wish they would have just worked on it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of listening to other people. Cause guess what? Nobody's in that house in that bed with you at night. But nobody. That person that gave you advice, they going on about their business. They doing their thing. And here you are alone, divorced. Your kids gotta go over here this weekend. They gotta go over here this weekend. Like child support. You gotta split things. It's a lot going on when you make those decisions. So, you know, just always be open to people's opinions, but at the end of the day, you have to make your own decision, and the best person to talk to is the person you're in a relationship with. Yes, and you know, I really want people to understand that I'm telling you, sometimes it's hard, especially when you're mad at your spouse, to talk to them, but you have to find a way. Very hard. You have to find a way to sit down and talk to them, because maybe you have to walk off and come back. But you need to sit down and talk about it, because what happens is you're not talking to them. Now you're carrying this load along with you, this baggage, and you're trying to go dump it on somebody else. And so when you dump it on them, they're basically like, I really don't want your baggage. So let me give you something to get your baggage off of me. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna give you anything just to say, get whatever you're trying to give me, get that off of me. So they're giving you bad advice, but you're walking around with this baggage saying, I need to tell somebody I need to release this. I need to tell somebody about my problems. I need to tell somebody about my spouse. And so the minute you give it to that person, you dump it to them, then their quickest thing is, why you dumping me your baggage when I already have my own baggage? So I'm gonna try to give you the quickest answer to get your baggage back to you, and that will hurt your relationship. It would tremendously hurt your relationship, because you walking around with, one day you got this one bag, my husband made me mad, or my spouse made me mad because of this. The next day you got this other bag. Well, now not only they made me mad, now I'm really just walking around because I haven't talked to them. The next day, we ain't had sex in X amount of time, and now you got 3 bags. And the next day, you know what I'm saying? So you just keep building these bags. You got 8 or 9, 10 bags, and now you walk around like, man, you walk around 10 bags, and you trying to, oh, let me tell this person about this, let me tell that person. So you trying to dump all these bags on different people.
Yeah, everybody tell you to do different things.
And everybody tell you to do different things, but you still hold on to the bags when the whole time, if you would took these 10 bags and went to the person who called you to carry the bags and give it to them and let them crush the bag.
You better preach.
You know what I'm saying? And it's to me, it's easier when you understand, because so many people walk around with all of these baggages, man. It's like you have not released the baggage to the person who gave you the baggage. You know what I'm saying? But instead, you want to release the baggage to other people, and other people already got their own baggage. They don't want to carry your bag.
Right. And the best thing to do, as husband and wife, is let's release our baggage together. Let's drop it all on the table together. Let's unpack. You know, because we're the two people who got to deal with this. We got to unpack together. And so that's the good thing about being in a relationship and being in a marriage is teamwork. You know, you have a partner, you have somebody who always have your back and should be able to unpack with you. Don't expect somebody that don't have baggage, because it's not going to be realistic.
No.
Don't expect somebody to be perfect. You know, the wedding's nice, the planning's nice, all this stuff is nice. And I want to be like this person, and they have a wonderful marriage. Or, I look up. It's okay to look up to people, but just know that when all this stuff come off and all the photos will go away and the camera's off, that people have to deal with real life problems and be real. Yeah. So the best person to be real with is the person you gotta live with.
That's it.
Period. You're not living with your mama. You're not living with your dad. You're not living with your sister, your brother, your best friend. None of those people paying your bills and living with you, or you living with them.
Not one.
So the best person to deal with it with is your partner.
Yeah. So again, man, we want to thank you guys. This is episode 1. I'm trying to make these episodes for 2020, first episode on our podcast. I'm trying to make this episode anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes. I don't want to go too long.
Yeah, we don't want to go too long. We just want to give you guys, you know, we want to talk about brief topics. Give you guys a little bit of advice, feedback. Yeah. You know, we don't want to keep you too long. Just something you can listen to real quick.
Yeah, something you can get your day on with. You know, and something you can take notes as we upload these videos on our website. I also want to make it like PDF form where you can actually download stuff as we go through the topics, because I think as you write stuff down, as you visually see things, you can. This couple said this, let's work on this. You know, so like you can take that analogy I just brought about walking around with all these baggages, and you can present that to your spouse. Like, this week you gave me 8 baggages, and I had to walk around these baggages, and I couldn't talk to you about these baggages. So I talked to somebody else, and here's the advice they gave me. You know what I'm saying? And these are something you can just bring on, you know, and to your spouse about, and hopefully that, you know, it can help your relationship. It can, you know, if you're trying to get married, it can help you and your spouse. If you're already married, it can help y'all. So, you know, I just wanted to try to give you guys real life situations. Don't want to be no damn robot on this podcast. That's not what I'm about to do. I'm not finna be on here talking.
Y'all know Lloyd Christian.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just not finna be on here trying to give y'all this, you know, this watered down or
none. Like we're perfect, because we're not perfect.
Nobody's
Some
perfect.
of these topics are from experience. Yeah. So we have everything planned out for the whole year. And so some of these topics are from experiences so far. And
we're gonna learn as we go though, because in that we still learn each other every day. So to me, when the minute that you feel like everything is perfect, and I'm telling you,
that's the minute your relationship is
going down. So, but you still want to always keep learning your spouse. Let me see where your mind at, where you going. I mean, how can I make you happier? What better decisions can I make in this relationship? I mean, it's a lot of things that you guys can be working on, and not so much just sitting back in the wings like, oh, it's another year, 2020, I had this vision, and
I want to do what they're doing, but I'm still sitting on the couch watching them. Yeah. And so we too, like, we had to say, like, man, we only made a certain amount of podcasts last year. We only made a certain amount of videos last year. Like, what the hell are we doing?
It was garbage.
We have everything. We did terrible. So, you know, we're making an effort. If we got to spend our whole weekend, our whole whatever evenings recording, that's what we're going to do. Because, you know, we plan to do this and we got to get it done.
Yeah.
Right? Don't talk about it. Be about it.
And the thing about it is we want to crush on that, give you guys, you know, 5 seasons this year. Each season got 10 episodes. And hopefully you guys can go back and just look back at these videos and say, man, these guys talk about some good things, and it helped my relationship, helped my marriage.
And watch us grow and watch us develop, because we look back on some of our other videos and we've grown and we've developed. The quality's better, the topics are better. You know, we've just gotten better. So that's what we want to do. We just want to continue to grow and build a brand that we're proud of. Yes. And so that's what we're working on. And we thank everybody who tunes in to watch us and listen to us. We appreciate it. Share it, like it, subscribe.
Hit that notification button. And as I said, I want to end this video saying that, listen, this is relationship rehab. I want you guys to rehab your relationship. I want you guys to stay locked in and focused. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and what you cannot do. This is your life. This is your journey. Whatever people saying, you gotta block them out. Cause I'm telling you, man, some people want your lifestyle. They want your life, but they don't have it. So the best way to have it is to knock you off your throne. So,
right. So we're all about rejuvenation, restoration, and relating. So remember those things when you are, you know, dealing with different situations with your partner. Yeah.
So again, man, thank you for watching episode 1 of Relationship Rehab. You're gonna see some new shirts soon. You can purchase them. I'm gonna try to sell them at a cheap price. So you know what I'm saying. But anyways, that's besides the point. But go ahead.
Well, we'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Peace.